You know that panel of Batman telling Raphael about his dead parents? And Raph replies, "Cowabummer." Well, they turned it into a movie. I've owned that comic for a really long time now. Years of it, just sitting wherever I'm currently throwing my shit. I never once even thought about cracking it open. Also, that panel isn't real. It was edited. The internet lied to you. I'm sorry, I want it to be real too. So when I was looking for a DCAU movie to watch while I was bored, I decided on this one. I expected it to be a meme because Batman was wearing the blue and gray suit and it's literally a Ninja Turtles crossover. But then, this bitch go hard. And it doesn't happen once, it happens quite a few times. Shredder throws a shuriken into one of his own ninja's heads, and a cop even gets decapitated at one point.
I said, stop!
Keep in mind, this shit's PG-13. While the story is a silly and basic, "that guy needs the MacGuffin to get stronger" story, there's a lot about this movie to love. They handled the characters perfectly in this for what they were trying to achieve. The Turtles each keep their individual personalities while changing them up ever so slightly to keep the experience fresh. It's super fun seeing Shredder walk through the Arkham Asylum, kinda just being annoyed with all of Gotham's most famous bad guys.
Hi, over here!
Batman's also not the edgy, grimdark, emo boy we've been oversaturated with the past decade, and instead plays the straight man. Pretty good too. I really don't think the humor of this movie would work as well if the cast of characters weren't constantly bouncing off of Batman and Shredder. Speaking of the humor, I'ma say it. I think this movie's funny. Like, Mikey's super annoying, and I 100% get it if you hate every second he opens his mouth, but I love it. I mean, there's a scene in this movie where the Turtles are talking about Splinter, and Mikey just blurts out,
Andy's a rat!
The other Turtles don't react because A, he's correct, Splinter is in fact a rat, and B, they're so used to Mikey just blurting out whatever comes to his mind because they're his brothers. The Bat family also doesn't react to this, probably because they just met 4 human-sized walking, talking teenage turtles, and they don't have time to process anything else at the moment. There's that like required fight between the titular characters as these crossovers tend to go, doing crossover shit. And during the middle of it, Mikey is slammed through the wall of a pizzeria by Batman. And right before he bursts through the wall, there's these 2 girls breaking up.
I think we should see other people.
But I don't like other people.
It's like the goofy cousin of a jump scare, and I find it really funny. Am I a simple man? Yes. Am I probably dumb? Yeah. Also, when they find the Batcave, relatively easy I might add, the first thing Mikey does is put on the Batsuit. And if there's one thing that can warm my cold, dead heart, it's characters dressing up as other characters. I mean, just look at this scene from Spider-Man 2.5. Look me in the eyes and tell me this shit does not make you fucking happy. It also made for one of the best figures of all time, so even if you do think this scene is dumb, I appreciate your sacrifice. In Batman vs. TMNT, Mikey reacts to every little thing, like a little kid.
Dude, you're out of dudes.
He's got a gun umbrella, a polar bear with an ice gun. That is so cool. Did everyone else know that Batman is Bruce Wayne?
And when it comes to a stupid Batman x TMNT fanfiction type shit like this, he's really just there to give the fans at home time to get excited about shit and like cheer with them. And I find that really wholesome in a way. All that being said, yeah, he never shuts up. What's ironic though is the funniest scene in this movie comes from Mikey not saying anything at all. They're in the Arkham Asylum chasing down some escaped inmates when I'm pretty sure I literally shat my pants when I saw that scene for the first time. Now that I'm done jerking off a fictional orange turtle for a bit, here's a bit of a controversial statement. I like Damien in this movie. His nerdy little ass trying to be all edgy and grown up is so fucking funny to me. I think it's a great take on his character in a goofy ass alternate reality setting like this. Damien and Raph also play off of each other a lot in this movie. It's ingrained in both of their characters to think of themselves as like more mature than everyone else, as well as believing they're both always correct.
You're gonna want to get that anti-ooze away from this happily mutated turtle.
Right now there's a, I'm gonna say 40% chance of lethal side effects.
I agree with the turtle. Go stand over there.
Spoiler, neither of them are either of those things. It's like a middle schooler looking up to his high schooler cousin. I think it's kind of adorable. There's even a scene where Raph ruffles Damien's hair.
You're a tough little guy. I respect that.
It was an honor to fight with you. And your more frivolous brothers.
You are also weird. But I kind of like that too.
And that shit made me want an older turtle cousin with anger issues so fucking bad. They all branch into pairs in the downtime parts of the narrative, and I think they're all perfect. Batman and Leo train together, commenting on each other's martial arts. And Leo even gives Batman a little lore dump on the ultra rare 2 in the pink 1 in the stink technique that Shredder performed on Batman earlier. I think this one's kind of fun. Like, I mean, it's the most obvious pairing, but it's fun to watch. Batman and Donnie work on a cure that it'll come up later in the video, don't worry about it. And they just kind of sit over there and geek about. Batgirl even gets a little turtle fever, if you know what I mean. And who do you think they paired Mikey with? That's right, fucking Alfred.
And furthermore, I am keeping the skateboard until you learn not to use it in the house.
Dude, no!
Calling me dude is not helping your case, young Master Michelangelo.
I feel like they didn't really have a goofy character to pair him with from Gotham because everyone there is all sad and depressed all the time. So this is the funniest thing they could have possibly done. They even pair Shredder up with Ra's al Ghul, which if you think about it, makes a lot of sense. Out of all the Batman villains, Ra's al Ghul is the only one I can think of that's basically already a TMNT baddie. The whole martial artist with a sci-fi pit that can keep him pretty much alive forever, and the whole following of assassins. That could be Shredder in any random TMNT installment, I wouldn't even bat an eye. Shredder does end up working with Joker for a little bit, but I wouldn't say that it was by choice. It's really just so that they can work the Joker into the story because crossover. That being said, I think they worked him in pretty naturally. You know that cure from earlier? Yeah, that's because the Joker fills the Arkham Asylum showers with ooze that mutates some of our favorite Gotham baddies. I think the designs look pretty cool, but they made so many of them with such a wide range in the quality of how they use them. For example, when Scarecrow filled a room with fear gas, making Leo see his brothers as dead and started fighting Batman, I popped the fuck off. That shit was dope as hell. It was really cool, and although him being a crow mutant didn't really add anything to the situation, the entire fight is something I've been fantasizing about on my TMNT x Batman Wattpad account for years. I mean, fuck, they even inject Batman with a mix of ooze and Joker's silly juice, and he essentially just becomes Man-Bat? I mean, but hey, it's still cool. But then you have shit like Poison Ivy. It was literally just used as a joke.
Wait, for real? She can't reach?
She can't even fucking move, and they just move around her. The joke's funny enough, I guess, but I can't help but feel if they had made less mutants, we could have had a lot more time with the fight, leading them to be a lot more memorable than they are. Because honestly, the only one I can remember details off the top of my head about is the Scarecrow one, but if I had to give any villain my epic villain award, it'd probably be Penguin. He's played by Tom Kenny in this, and it really just sounds like SpongeBob doing a Mr. Krabs impression.
Fine, take it. Now consider this a resume building experience.
I fucking love it. Also, Batman, the guy from Fortnite, is played by the guy who played the guy from Fortnite. He also plays Joker in this, and anytime somebody is cast as both the hero and the villain in something like this, I just love to imagine them in the booth just switching voices and talking back and forth to themselves.
I am the hero. I'm the bad guy. Fuck you, bad guy. No, fuck you, hero.
Tara Strong's also in this movie. You know, the lady known for shit like Bubbles, Raven, Ben 10, and most importantly, Daisy from Wow Wow Wubsy. Yeah, she plays fucking Ivy in this. This means they got one of the greatest voice actors of all time and really just left her in a single room for one bit. Like, I respect it. That's funny as hell. But goddamn, I would say that was the most fucked joke in the entire movie, but it's not. There's a scene where Donnie's arm gets cut and the ligament is just gone. Like his arm just flops around like he's using a dead fish as a prosthetic. It's pretty funny. It's like some Deadpool type of shit, but it's not something I expected in this. But even that's not the most fucked up joke in this movie, because I present you this.
Ooh.
That's weird and gross.
That shit makes me so uncomfortable. The majority of this movie is actually pretty feel-good and wholesome. Like, the plot of this movie is essentially just Batman babysitting 6 teenagers, or 5 teenagers and a preteen, or I guess 4 teenagers, a preteen, and a college girl. I'm not sure how old Batgirl is in this one. Like, the Turtles are like 16 in this, and she's definitely flirting it up with the purple autism rep over there. Not that age stops anyone in this family anyway. Batman! Batman, no! Let's talk about something else before I end the video. I hadn't even got a chance to talk about it yet, but the combat. The fight scenes in this movie are pretty amazing. Every strike feels so kinetic. And in a world where live action superhero media tends to literally cut out the contact in between cuts, it's nice to have an animated work where not only are the strikes connecting, but the choreography of the fights is pretty dope as well. I really like this movie, way more than I expected to. And if this spectacle on screen doesn't make you want to go watch it right now, then I'm gonna activate my trap card, Joker Shredder.
Now. Oh, wait. Now. Oh, wait.